You know it goes to 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't leave before, right?
Yeah. No, you can't. You can leave at 3:59.
Well, it's for...
Amén.
Coffee.
Hello, everybody. David Edelman here. 2009, I filmed a documentary about the Jews in the Dominican Republic. Today, I'm reviving the project, calling it Keeping Community with a K. K for kosher. Keeping Community in Puerto Rico. Welcome. Thanks for watching. My style. So yes, you could just introduce yourself. I'm just curious what your story is. Like,
I mean, should we go to like a side room or something?
wherever you want? Yeah.
I'm just...
If it rains on us, your towels are going to get soaked. Plus, the trail gets very muddy if it does happen to rain on us. And then your towels are no good to you. So just leave them in here so they're nice and dry for you when you get back down. Anything that has very good value to you and you just want to make sure you're not going to lose it, if you're going to bring it with you, please make sure it's secured really in a safe place. If you have a waterproof bag, that's great. If you don't, you can put it in mine. It's going to be on my back most of the time.
Ya voy de camino para la parrilla.
Kol mitzvot shenitin lo Moshe, all the mitzvot that were given to Moshe in Sinai, the Ferush shenitin were given with their what?
Explanation?
Exactly. As it says, and I will give to you the tablets of the stone, the Torah and the mitzvah. So the Rambam now goes on to specify what these different categories are. Torah is the written Torah, and mitzvah is its interpretation. Mitzivanu lasses haTorah al pi mitzvah. Continue.
God commanded us to fulfill the Torah according to the instructions of the mitzvah. The mitzvah is called the oral law. Moshe, our teacher, personally transcribed the entire Torah before he died. He gave a Torah scroll to each tribe and placed another scroll in the ark as a testimony. As Deuteronomy states, take this Torah scroll and place it beside the ark, and it will be there as a testimonial.
Since you've been here 18 years.
25.
25 years. So
That was 7 years ago.
okay. So what?
Am I on camera now?
Yeah.
Oh,
if
sorry.
you could just tell me from 25 years ago till now, what changed? How did it grow? Maybe just tell me a little bit about the Puerto Rican Jewish
great
community.
evolution, where maybe Judaism was something secondary to our community, to our surroundings, to the reality of Puerto Rico. Now it's the norm. Jewish people walking in the streets, coming to pray, public events, Hanukkah in the park with 200 plus people, the governor of Puerto Rico and some of the high ranking members of government participating in Jewish activities and Jewish events, sort of giving a stamp of recognition to Jewish life in Puerto Rico and affirming its importance to Puerto Rico culture and Puerto Rico society. So it's been a great experience of growth and development within the Jewish community and without as well, the community at large, in the interaction between Jewish life and the community at large, and bridging that gulf where there can be an appreciation for the Jewish presence here in Puerto Rico.
I see there's a lot of children in the pictures.
Yes.
So there's a lot of kids. There's a lot of different families and.
So Puerto Rico goes through a lot of fluctuation, as you know, it's an island, and it goes through different periods of growth and shrinkage. So it's gone through a great period of growth upon our arrival. It's gone through some challenge in the interim period, and it's going through a great resurgence now. Newly arrived families with children. It's an exciting period for Puerto Rico and for Jewish life in Puerto Rico.
And for kosher food, for example, how does that work here? Do you do the making of the kosher food? Do you order food? How do people say kosher here?
Chabad has a little shop here where people can come in and
Get
procure kosher meats, poultries, and niche kosher products that are not available in the mainstream supermarkets. We have a staff of people that are always available from 10 a.m. till about 7 p.m. So it's a good amount of hours for affording people the opportunity to come by and get what they need so they can live, a full Jewish life and kosher as well. For those that are visiting the island, we have an active kitchen. They can get kosher food. I believe you were here for the Shabbat. We saw, this great blend of, old-timers and newcomers and some visiting people, whether for vacation, for conferences. So you always have this beautiful blend of people that, one enriches the other. So it's a great harmonious, it's almost like Noach's Teva, where you have all the different personalities together. And it allows for a very rich Jewish experience where we can learn from each other's communities, different cultures, different backgrounds.
What would you say is different or special, unique from Puerto Rico compared to a big city somewhere else?
Focus on the individual, the ability to appreciate each person's self-worth. Many times if an individual in a bigger community feels lost, left out, overlooked, and due to the smallness of the community, a lot of relationships are forged and formed. People are new here, and it opens them up to connecting with new people. And we make sure they emphasize the importance of the individual, that every person has something unique to offer to the community at large, and we're all richer and a better community for that.
You want to introduce yourself and invite people to come
Of
to
course.
the Chabad in Puerto Rico?
Mendel Zarchi, we're an open community where everyone can feel welcome, embraced. We have great individuals that are eager to make you feel at home, introduce you to others, and continue building that energy of unity and fusion between all of us, which is really the idea on a more global level as well, where we may be separated by the seas, but we're Am Yisrael, one people, and we look out for one another, and we need one another. And as long as one of us are out there and lost, we're incomplete. So we need you.
Thank you very
Of
much.
course. David, a total pleasure.
Thank you.
Speak to the rabbi's son, Levi.
Levi?
Yeah, he's in charge of the area.
But you could do this.
I'm not
Ask
sure how
him?
to explain it, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It's like
I'm
a.
honest. I don't want to say the wrong thing. so
Okay, no
ask.
problem. Hey, I got a chance to talk to you again, though. All right.
By our 100th birthday in 2048, we'll be over 15 million people in Israel. The first 75 years were about establishment. We created an innovative economy, bringing technology to the world in many industries. We built defense and security infrastructure, ensuring we overcome the threats past and present, and we lay the groundwork for cultural excellence, art, dance, theater, film, and more. Together with Jews and Jewish organizations around the world, we were the first at Ukraine's borders bringing aid. We are proudly number one, both our government agencies and our many NGOs, at bringing drinking water and electricity to remote villages across Africa. Over 350,000 African farmers have come to Israel for training in modern agricultural methods, and we're making peace. Full, peaceful diplomatic relations with Egypt, with Jordan, with the United Arab Emirates, Morocco, Bahrain, Sudan, and just 2 months ago, Chad opened an embassy in Israel, bringing us to a new reality. More than half of the Arabs in the world are now our partners. We still need a deal with the rest, I know, and with some work it will come. But for the first time ever, we're more than halfway there. There is an expiry date to the Arab-Israel conflict, and we're only just beginning. The next 75 years is what is going to really be exciting. Welcome to Israel's 75th birthday party. Chag Sameach, everybody. Let's make this a party. I'd like to introduce to you my Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Israel. He has a few words to say to you. Please welcome the Prime Minister of Israel.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention to the screen right now.
Friends of Israel around the world, today we're celebrating 75 years of Israel's independence. What a transformation it's been to our people. 75 years ago, we emerged from the Holocaust, a wind-tossed people, scattered around the globe, decimated, annihilated by the worst evil in history. Yet today, Israel is a rising power among the world. It's a technological juggernaut, one that is esteemed by the nations around the world, one that is helping people around so many countries, in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, and elsewhere. We've become the example of how you build something seemingly from nothing. We do more with less. But it's not from nothing that we've built this. We've built this based on the age-old dream that we never gave up, to return to our homeland, to rebuild our national life, to be able to defend ourselves, to be able to create and forge a future of peace, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. And indeed, we've achieved peace, first with Egypt and Jordan, and most recently, in the Abraham Accords, with 4 other Arab states. I intend to lead the expansion of this peace to unimaginable heights. We have a brilliant future ahead of us. It is possible if we march towards it together, and we will do so, despite the differences, despite the robust arguments that you have in Israel's robust democracy. We will march forward together. Happy Independence Day, Israel.
Hello, my little friend. All right.
That's the mummy. Or daddy, whatever a rooster is.
Oh, it's a rooster! Oh. Wow. The Malachim of Bria. And so it's so I think that with the Rama, how he divides the world into 3 parts, so I think that corresponds to Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiyah.
Right.
Shalom. Hello. My name is David Edelman, and in 2009, I was in Dominican Republic filming a documentary about the dwindling Jewish community of Sosua and Santo Domingo, staying together by the help of the Chabad. And now, in the year 2023, I'm here in Puerto Rico to film and discover the Jewish community of Puerto Rico. This is my documentary. Thanks for watching.
Oh, we're just warming up, baby.
Doesn't matter which religion you're from. Humans need community. This is my community. This is our community. People need community to survive.
Check it out.
The Jewish presence in Puerto Rico has an interesting, fascinating story beginning with pirates and the Spanish Inquisition in the 15th century, leading up till today. 2009, I filmed a documentary about the Jews in the Dominican Republic, and now we're here in Puerto Rico, keeping community. Thanks for watching.
החיסונים של הקובי. מה זאת אומרת? יש עכשיו תופעות של חצי מהעולם.
Wow.
I got a good video.
Yeah, he's still there. Look at that guy. Okay, that's a gecko.
Let's go! Let's go! Go, baby! Let me hear you! All right, we're going to thank the Honorable Pierre Polièvre. Next to the ארץ ישראל, מזל טוב, ארץ הקודש. Let's go. Oh, let's go crazy for Israel. More volume on the mic. Let's go. Tout le monde on chante ensemble. Let's go. Are you ready to jump? And now a special video presentation on the screen, so everybody focus your eyes sur le grand écran jumbo pour l'honorable Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada and the official opposition. Pierre Poilievre sur l'écran right now.
Today we celebrate
Yeah, my pleasure. So, I don't know
Where to start? From Maryland, I guess.
Okay, so I.
Did we grow up religious?
I grew. I would say yes, not necessarily from or Orthodox when I was a young child, but definitely religious with a lot of Jewish identity, and I became more religious around the time of my bar mitzvah. My family sort of joined like an Orthodox shul, and it was, very sort of this like resonated with me from like a very young age. And I don't know, I went around. I went to various schools in Maryland. Eventually went to YU for a year. Then I went to Gush.
These are Hebrew, like studying like Torah, or that's just normal university?
Well, YU Yeshiva University.
You went to a yeshiva, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
I went there early admissions, and I was just kind of not goofing off, but I studied a lot of philosophy and got into I started learning the more nevuchim and Kabbalistic things when I was a teenager. Then went to Gush for 2 years, and then after Gush, I sort of was like too frum for YU, so I finished my undergrad in Skokie in Hebrew Theological College, and I majored. Like the second major was in computer science.
Okay.
And then after that, I really wanted to finish Shas. That was like a big thing for me, because Ian never really appealed to me because I sort of felt without the body of knowledge, really understanding all these Gemarot that Tosfot and other Shem are talking about. It's like you can't really have an intuition to discern, what's making sense and to actually be creative in it. So I really wanted to learn Bikiyos. So after I finished Skokie in like the year 2000, I went to Israel and I learned a Mitzvah Yericho, and I was there for 5 years. And focused mostly on Bikiyos and then various side projects. And I learned a lot of the Sefer Bahir at the time, which is this like early Kabbalistic work that Ari Kaplan had a translation of that that I read when I was younger, and so I sort of cycled through it.
And Kaplan, that's his kids are rabbis in Montreal, and
I don't know his kids. I just know his books.
Because I went to the Montreal Torah Center, so there was a Kaplan there.
So Sefer Bahir is one of the books he translated, and I always saw it as being consonant with what I learned in the Moreh Nevuchim.
So when you came to Puerto Rico, you brought all that knowledge with you here.
I mean, from what I remember
of it, Because now you have a kahila, you have a community.
Well, so there's a community here. In Puerto Rico, you have a very vibrant community. A lot of people are here. I mean, you have like the tax reasons, but the interesting thing is that to have these tax benefits applicable, you kind of have to have your own sort of business for the most part. You have to be doing your own thing. And so you end up with this wonderful, vibrant community where everybody's sort of doing something interesting. Everybody's coming from different backgrounds. And everybody comes together at the Chabad, and it's just like this wonderful experience. There's like nobody fits into any sort of box. I mean, it's a small community, but it's really nice, and I think people are generally like really motivated, really connected, really passionate. Not just about Judaism, but about the community. Like people tend to be very proud of the community and motivated to contribute and like build it up. There seems to be like a vision, so it's not just about like preserving Yiddishkeit. It's sort of, it's about building it up, and
what's your like mission for building it up? Like, what would you like to see here, or what do you see here already?
So
that was different from the past.
Well, when I came here, it was in the middle of COVID, so there was like almost nobody in Shul and everything. I would say two of the biggest changes since we came to Lion were the Erev, and now there's an after-school program. So when I came here, there was no Erev, but I saw instantly that there was like it'd be super easy to put an Erev up because we have the airport fence, and you have all these developments surrounded by walls. So it'd be very easy to put an Erev up. Basically, for one reason or another, for the first 6 months, nothing happened. And then I moved next door to Chabad, and I saw, look, if I just put 2 lechis up, I can make an Erev between my apartment and Chabad. So I did that the week I moved in. And so then, I saw there was a couple, and they were going to have a baby. So I was like, I should extend it to include where they live, and then they can... Basically, the Chabad is very central to the community because it's it's the only shul, but it's also where people have the sudas. A lot of the locals eat the sudas here, and so if you can't get to the Chabad, like you're kind of like cut out from the community. It's a very difficult, very very difficult situation.
So you're keeping care of the.
Well,
that's like the thing that allows people to walk on Shabbat.
Yeah, exactly. So I took care of that for basically like a year and a half, and I made it bigger and bigger, and it sort of got to the point where, I didn't want to put strings up and all that, but there was a certain area that you could do it just with lechis, just by putting very sticks and connecting it in the right places, or using the telephone, the electric wires. And so I did that, and then there's even a way to enclose the beach according to the Maharit, which I did. So if people need to, there were some apartments that the only way, in the olden days, the only way to do it was along the beach that they could carry, and you had a situation where you had a gioret, and basically she couldn't get to the shul on Shabbos without going on the beach because she had babies. And I mean, for me, that's like, I consider that like a shas d'chag gadol, because it's very important for converts to be part of the community so they can learn from everybody, constantly, and see how people do things. And so last thing you want to do is sort of not have them part of anyway, so whatever.
You could show me after?
Yeah, I could show you some of the
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
It's cute, but I mean, the funny thing with an Erev is like it's really not that complicated halachot. It's just halachot that most people don't like learn in day school or whatever.
So before the Erev, what did people do here?
Before the Erev, you would not carry. So we used to leave some of the kids at home to watch the baby, and you have like a key belt, and there were some people that would carry because whatever, they're just that's
choice,
their thing.
yeah.
But it's one of those things that people sort of give up. Like if it's too hard, then they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna carry because I can't keep Shabbos. And then if you put the Erev up, then people are gonna be like, oh, cool, now I can do this, and they're gonna be happy and they're gonna care about it. So before it was here, people some people carried and some people didn't or whatever. And I'm not even sure everybody was aware of the issue because see whatever, if you don't think somebody's going to keep it, then you don't want to tell them, whatever. But once we started this thing, so a lot of people started caring about it, and then eventually the rabbi brought in somebody and we put up strings.
My last question for now, was this the first time that you really took charge in in this world of Judaism to build a community, or is this something that you've done before?
I haven't done it before.
So that means there's something special about here that you're building.
Well, so I mean, what's different is that I think that it's sort of not done yet. Like there's a lot of potential. Normally, when you join a community, like they already have an Erev, or they already have this, they already have that. The closest thing is when I was at UFC, I was in Hyde Park and they didn't have an Erev, and that sort of traumatized me a little bit. Everybody was relying on the rabbi to build an Erev, and the rabbi just could not care less about it. He didn't think that people should be living there. And,
okay.
So that sort of made me realize, like, if you want an Erev, you're just gonna have to build it, because you can't rely on somebody. Especially if they're of a persuasion that doesn't hold to the Erev in the first place.
So that allowed you to make a change here.
Well, it just sort of made me motivated to
Yeah.
just do it. And you there's an approach of tafasta mot tafasta, like better an Erev that's like 30 feet by 30 feet that's up than no Erev. And so the thing is, in Hyde Park, we always got caught up where we wanted a big one, and people would want a big one, and it'd be too expensive, and then there just wouldn't be anything. And it'd be much better just enclose one block. Just start with that, around the Hillel.
And that's what you did here.
And yes, that's how. Yeah, so I learned from that experience to
that's cool.
Do something, anything, just even teeny tiny, and then you can grow it. Don't worry about having, starting big. And so that was important, but that's sort of now it's a done deal. Now it's sort of whatever, taken care of.
So how would you describe being Jewish in Puerto Rico?
I mean, I think it's nice. I think it's very rich and vibrant. You don't have a lot of the anti-Semitism problems you have in New York and New Jersey. People are friendly here, like the non-Jews. So, walking around with the kippah is no problem. I've been here for 3 years. I've never had any issues, people wrinkling their nose or anything. It's just not really a thing here. So that's really great. I hope that doesn't change, etc. I think that it's, you sort of view yourself as a pioneer here. If you come here and you want to build it, you can build it. There's really nothing holding you back. And I think that, there's a quality of life, there's a reason to be here, which sort of motivates, you to build a community. And I don't know, I'm kind of tickled by the idea of sort of demonstrating that you can do this, you can build a vibrant community anywhere. It doesn't have to be lame just because you're, out of New York. that's sort of it. I mean, I think that, you know, one of the things for me, like what a community means is like a real Jewish community, in my eye, is a community that is that stands on its own 2 feet, economically and spiritually. That you know, it's, you know, there's communities that sort of are one but not the other. You have some communities that they're very spiritually rich, but all the money's coming from other people, you know, either, you know, outside of that community. And for me, that doesn't count as a real bona fide community. And then you have communities that are economically independent, very strong, but all the, you know, the leadership of the community is basically imported from Lakewood or whatever other communities. And for me, that doesn't really count either. So, you know, my vision would be to create a community that stands on its own 2 feet, you know, both ways. So, you know, in terms of economically, okay, Puerto Rico kind of already has that. But I would love to set up an education system that is good enough so that that system can create the next generation of leaders. And so, you know, so that the children that grow up learning in that system, you know, are qualified to come back and be the next generation of leaders. That they don't, you know, you're not going to have to import people from Lakewood or Crown Heights or whatever.
door by door.
I mean that's like the point.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can't do that, then you've sort of like, whatever, without getting.
You want to be
negative.
sustainable.
You know,
Sustainable.
Self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining.
You know, I would love to, you know, I like the idea of a delegation and, you know, education where you say, okay, here's all the roles. Pick somebody, say, okay, shofar, you learn how to do shofar, you're in charge of shofar, you're in charge of, you know, so that you know, and then you can like rotate the roles so that over time, everybody in the community is educated, you know, about how to run things, and then it's sort of standing on its own 2 feet. So that for me, that's.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well.
I like that. I like.
Hello everyone, bonjour à tous, and welcome to Montreal's Israel Independence Day rally. Today we're coming together to celebrate Israel's 75th anniversary and the close bonds between our two countries. Mes amis, ce n'est pas une coïncidence si le Canada et Israël sont si intimement liés. Nous avons l'une des plus grandes communautés juives du monde, et pour cette raison, les liens très étroits unissent nos populations. Sur la scène mondiale, on est aussi de proches amis. But while we're here to celebrate today, I'd also like to recognize the frightening rise of anti-Semitism in our country. Attacks against the Jewish people go against everything we stand for, and that's why we're stepping up. Through our anti-racism strategy, we've adopted the IRA working definition of anti-Semitism. Last year, we invested in the construction of a new Holocaust museum in Montreal and passed legislation against the denial or downplaying of the Holocaust. When you feel alone, looking for your zone, there's a place to be. Unite as one, come and join the fun.
Everyone raise your flags up in the sky. Let's go in the Shemayim. Let's go Israel. Let me see those flags. Up, 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 up. Let's give it up for all of our Iranian friends from Israel here to support us today. Tous nos amis d'Iran aujourd'hui qui sont là pour supporter la cause d'Israël pour du pour Iran in the house.
Let's go. Raise the energy. Lift it up. Everybody in the trunk. Go crazy. 1, 2, 3, go. Jump, 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 jump.
Only when you have the al means loyal. That means you have the discipline of no. Va'al, you recognize that you're not doing this for yourself. It's va'al, you can't do it. You recognize that you're coming close not for yourself, but then then you can come to Hashem. I mean, when you're coming not for your own purpose, not for your own delight. You know, sometimes you have to recharge your batteries. I need to experience separation. I need to experience closeness. I can come and provide my service. Then Yahweh will Chalei Sama Kodesh. Bottom line is, Judaism, being close and being spiritual is not always the ultimate. It's not always. You want to come close. Yahweh will Chalei Sama Kodesh. It's not about you. It's never about the individual. It's always about the mission. It's always about what Hashem wants for me, not what I'm looking to experience. A beautiful, delightful, sunny, warm day. Go ahead.
Thousands of years in diaspora, after suffering persecution and hardships, the Jewish people successfully reestablished sovereignty in their ancestral homeland. On Israeli Independence Day, we celebrate the resilience of the Jewish people who, even after decades of unimaginable oppression across the globe, most notably and most horrifically the Holocaust, ultimately the Jewish people triumphed and reclaimed their natural right to be masters of their own fate. Even so, today, Israel continues to face many threats.
Mashiach.
He cleaned his car.
Really?
He
This is
washed
for
his car
car.
for car. And there is a big fight between two of them.
Oh,
No, he wins.
What?
not fight, competition.
Competition.
Not competition.
Yankees got seniority.
But he took his patent today.
He told me to take it.
And you know what he said to me? Benny said, put it in. I put it in.
Notice there's some members here that don't like to park in the parking lot. They'd rather block the pump. Get tickets. Got him.
He's got immunity.
Huh?
No, he also bucks.
Yeah.
Always.
Together.
He's
That's the Chico.
But they don't know the trick. If you block the pump in the half,
They don't see it.
you may have a ticket. If you park normal and leave the go down the access a little bit, even you are blocking the pump and I think so.
This is wisdom. You see, only years can experience.
This song is by a hero from World War II, Hannah Senish, a partisan fighter who was captured by the Germans, and this is her song. Eli, Eli, sheko yishaber be'olam, hachol ve'hayam, rishrush shel hamayim, tfilat ha'adam, the sand and the sea, the rush of the water, the prayer of humans. That's the song. Eli Eli, Hannah Senish. Puerto Rico.